first time I used the ATC handpiece, all I could say was, wow. The reason being, having practiced dentistry long enough, I have been through the large handpieces, I've been through the non-fiber optic, been through the non-swivel, and this has evolved into the handpiece of the future. The first time I used the ATC reminded me of the movie Star Wars, because at some point in the movie we go to hyperspace and you're sitting there and all of a sudden your world expands. It took me to that new dimension which allowed me the swivel, the fiber optic, and the torque that was not available on a traditional handpiece. There wasn't a whole lot of transition time as far as trusting it. It has now become my primary go-to handpiece. The ATC ergonomically seems to me to be almost a non-tethered handpiece. The tubing is extremely light relative to my traditional tubing that we have, and because of that I have less fatigue in the arm, less fatigue in the hand, and it allows me again to be very productive to the extent that you don't get tired as you would sometimes with some of the other instruments. When I think about the positive attributes of the ATC, it would have to be number one, the smoothness of the cut. There's absolutely no rattle, absolutely no vibration. Number two, the efficiency of the cut. More efficient to the extent that all of us using high-speed handpieces have learned to protect the tooth, not to overheat it, and at the same time not to be bogged down. You would use a feather motion for your preparations. The ATC allows you to be more efficient with that because it does cut quicker with more power, and therefore you are more efficient as far as the time that it takes you to do the individual restorative procedures. Another advantage of the ATC system is that it is quick on and off. Comes right off, comes right on, with a little snap. And number three, an area that was really phenomenal is the brightness of the light. We have operatory lights, of course. I have a headlamp that I can wear. I don't like being tethered to it. And when I use the handpiece, it really lights up the operatory field. Between my loops and the light on the handpiece, it allows me to do much better, much more precision dentistry. The time savings, when they're cumulative, grow exponentially. Whether if you can save 5 minutes on a crown preparation or 5 minutes on a restorative procedure and you're doing 8 to 10 a day, that adds up to an additional patient that you see. If you add that additional bottom line income of that one extra patient times 4 or 5 days a week times 45 to 52 weeks a year, the numbers are astronomical as far as your productivity. If I had a colleague that was considering the ATC, I would tell them that they have to expand their vision of what a handpiece can do for them. Again, the brightness, the trueness, and the power is something that's going to allow them to be more efficient, to allow them to be more productive, to allow them to do better dentistry. I tell them to make that opportunity, to try the handpiece, and to go forward with it, because it ultimately allows you to be a better dentist.